I'm so happy to be here with all of you. Especially want to do a shout out to Andrea and Shelley. I had the great joy of serving with both of them. And also to your family, Pete, Jinhee and Emma and Kate and Janet and Laura, because I know very well that this is a family effort when you're engaged in a campaign like this. And thanks to everybody who has tuned in this afternoon to support Pete's reelection to the New York State Senate. I just don't even know how we can overstate the importance of the elections from the top of the ballot to the bottom. Having strong leaders who will fight for the right things at every level is more critical now than ever. And I remember how excited I was when Pete won in 2018, becoming the first Democrat to represent parts of this district since FDR, about a century ago. And to help create that new majority in the state Senate that has done so much of the good work that Pete outlined, thanks to him and to Shelley, and particularly to the strong, wise leadership of the majority leader, Andrea Stewart Cousins. Now, it wasn't an easy campaign. Pete was outspent, but he won with grassroots support because the community felt strongly about protecting the environment and standing up for health care and reproductive rights, confronting the opioid crisis, dealing with climate change, election reform, so much else. And Pete has really delivered, and I think that's the point you want to make to everybody in these final days. He co-sponsored and helped to pass some of the boldest climate change legislation in the entire country. He helped codify Roe v. Wade into law, a step that has taken on even more importance given what has been happening in the last few days with respect to the court. And he became a leader, a national leader in the fight against the opioid epidemic, something that he felt very passionate and personal about, and I applaud him for that. He also helped to increase funding for education and enacted a permanent property tax cap. He helped support and pass legislation that helped taxpayers, Indian Point workers, helped to build and maintain local infrastructure, literally delivered about $30 million in state aid to this Senate district. So the choice could not be clearer. You have someone with this progressive, positive, effective record who literally works hard for people every single day, running against someone who has allied himself with Trump. And who, when he was county executive, we all remember, really slashed health department funding, borrowed well above acceptable amounts, resulting in the county's bond rating being downgraded twice, opposing reproductive rights, supporting the NRA, eliminating the county's climate change task force. On issue after issue, he was on the wrong side of Westchester County, the wrong side of this Senate district. And boy, has he stuck with Donald Trump. It's really been disappointing to hear Rob Astorino support and ally himself with Trump, from everything starting with those despicable comments after Charlottesville to the absolute mishandling of the pandemic. Now, we need to defend Pete in this district because we know that his Republican opponent is incredibly well funded. We need to send a resounding message that New Yorkers reject Donald Trump's divisive vision of our state and our country. I think this is going to be a close election. They always are. That's why it's really important that you all are gathered here to help him. I'm doing everything that I can to support Democrats from Joe Biden and Kamala Harris to Pete and others, because we can't let this be another woulda, coulda, shoulda election. Waking up on November 4th, worrying that maybe we could have done one more or two more things. So let me just end by saying that please reach out to everyone you know to make sure they have voted, to make a case for Pete, to help people who haven't voted yet have a plan to do so. It's getting a little dicey for mail-in ballots because of all of the problems with the post office, this deliberate effort, unfortunately, to undermine our right to vote by mail. But we still have early voting in Westchester, and we were just talking a few minutes ago about how many people are willing to stand in line, even in the rain. And then, of course, we have Election Day itself. Get on social media, contact your friends, your neighbors, everyone you can reach out to, because we are very focused, of course, on the presidential campaign, but let's keep reminding people about Pete's campaign and about his record of accomplishment, and make sure that everybody who votes in his district knows why you're supporting him for re-election. So thanks, Pete. Thanks for being in the thick of it. Thanks for standing up and fighting the good fight. And I look forward to seeing you back in Albany once this election is finally over.
Thank you so much, Madam Secretary. Great words, and thank you for being here. We appreciate it very, very much. We know you've got a busy schedule, so thank you.
Thanks you to everybody. Let's win this. Let's make it happen. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you again.